Welcome to another day of 5-pillar mobility. Let's start by finding a nice comfy spot on your mat. Take a couple of nice deep breaths and allow yourself to fall into a nice relaxing state. Allow yourself to get focused on the moment, letting go of anything that might have been weighing you down, stressing you out. Just allow yourself to get immersed in the moment, fall into a nice relaxed headspace. And we'll take a quick scan through the body, looking for anything that's carrying tension, trying to find another layer of relaxation throughout your whole body, one muscle at a time. Relaxing through your face, your head, your neck, your traps, your shoulders, your mid-back, your low back, your glutes, your hip flexors, your quads, your hamstrings, your tib ends, your calves, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. Just let it all go limp. And let's take one more long, slow, deep, relaxing breath here. Take your time sighing out that breath. And we'll shift our focus into the left side of your neck, around those scalenes. So this is a new area of focus for you. Go nice and easy and gentle. And slowly add pressure. Just being conscious to work within your pain-free limits. And just search for what needs attention around that neck. Should be zero pain, just a nice relaxing pressure. You might just be holding that pressure with your fingertips or your thumb, maybe a light fist. You might be doing a circular motion. You might go with the fibers, against the fibers. It all works. And to feel out what you need today, do some testing, and then settle into what your body needs. This whole program is about getting better connected with your body. Nice, deep, relaxing breaths, centering that air around that lower diaphragm on the inhale. Let's take one more breath, and as we sigh out that breath, we'll shift to the right side of that neck. Start with a quick search. Feel out what needs attention on this side. It may or may not be the same as your left. And if it's not, no reason to panic, that's normal. Just keep searching and feel out what needs attention on this side. And every chance we get, circling back to your breath. Nice relaxing rhythm with your breath. And challenging yourself to get a little bit more relaxed and passive with each breath. Even though we're using our arms here, our hands, and we're active, there's still a lot of tissues we can turn off. Relaxing through your face, through your lower body, getting as passive as you can, allowing yourself to settle into that nice state of relaxation. Just buying into some me time and immersing yourself in the moment. Let's take one more deep, relaxing breath here. Take your time sighing out that breath. And we'll move into the traps. So we'll focus on the lower traps today. Grabbing that lacrosse ball and face up on that lacrosse ball, searching through that left trap area. If you're not sure of your anatomy, use the pics and the video as a guide for where to start. And really pay attention to how your body's responding as you settle in. Feel out what exact location needs attention today, what type of attention it needs. And then every chance we get, circling back to your breathing. Nice relaxing rhythm of breath, shape of breath. Allow that breath to calm your mind. Allow your mind to calm your body. And just settling into that right amount of pressure. Working well within your pain-free limits. Finding that right amount of pressure that gives you benefit without pain and without any other areas tensing up. Let's take one more breath. Slowly exhale and switch to the right side. Start by panning through this right trap area. Look for what needs attention. Experiment with how we're addressing that tension. Are we rolling? Are we lying still? Are we moving that arm overhead? These are all options to pick from. Your job is to choose the best options that you need today, mentally and physically, to get the most out of this program. If you're having one of those weeks where you're just a little extra stressed, you need some downtime, feel free to go nice and easy with this pressure. Don't feel that you need to go any more intense with that pressure than you feel like today. This is your routine. You're in charge. Just pay attention to what you need. Maintaining that nice relaxing rhythm of breath. It helps you find calm. Let's take one more deep relaxing breath here. Take your time sighing out that breath, and we'll move into some neck circles. So we'll start sitting up. Start by bringing that chin towards your chest, bringing that chin along the front side of your body to your shoulder, gently tilting your head up and back, bringing it across to your opposite shoulder, gently bringing it back to center, and then start again in the opposite direction. And continue to work at your own pace, at your own level of intensity. As you work your way through the minute, try to challenge yourself to work deeper into your range of motion, potentially even carve out new range of motion, but always responding to your body. If it hurts, we don't do it. Just ease off on that tension, find the right amount that your body's okay with. Let's take one more breath here. We'll sigh out that breath. And we'll move into a left side dragon stretch. Start by stepping that left leg forward into an extended lunge. And allow your hips to sink further forward and down to target those hips. And allow yourself to settle into whatever level of stretch feels right today. Once you've found that version of the exercise, circle back to your breathing. Try to keep your breathing synced with that target tissue. As you let go of air, allow those hips to sink further forward and down, deeper into that stretch. And if we're getting deeper, it's by relaxing, not by forcing. And in 5 seconds, we'll gently get active to reverse this stretch. And let's go ahead, starting by Pushing the hips up and back, reversing that position. Slowly ramping up tension as we go. Let's really squeeze through those hips. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Actively pushing those hips further forward and down. Using those glutes. And that opposite hip flexor. Squeezing deeper into that stretch. Big squeeze to finish. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Nice and passive. Run through a checklist of anything that might be tense. Anything holding you back from getting deeper in the stretch. Mentally hit the off switch. Allow yourself to settle into the right version of stretch today. Let's take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. And we'll switch to the right side. Stepping that right leg forward in the extended lunge. Target that left hip. And allow yourself to settle into the right version of stretch today. You just want a nice relaxing stretch through that hip flexor. Mentally go into your happy place. Allowing that hip to relax and get passive. And just naturally sink deeper into the stretch. Doing your best to sink that target area with your breath. With every passing breath, try to get more passive through those hips. Directing that air deep into that diaphragm. Slowly letting it go. And in 5, we'll get active by attempting to reverse the stretch and lift the hips up and back. Let's go ahead, starting nice and easy. Ramping up that tension as we go. Let's really challenge yourself. Last 5, big squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Actively trying to work those hips deeper into that stretch. Ramping up that tension as we go. Big squeeze here, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Let's get nice and passive. Relax through that target tissue. Relax through your mind. Every passing breath, try to turn another muscle off. Let's take one more deep, relaxing breath here. And as you sigh out that breath, we'll transition to our feet into a standing straddle. So bring those feet relatively wide so you get a good stretch through that inner thigh, groin area. And then hinge at the hips. Drop that chest towards the floor. Get your palms to the floor, great. If you can get further, even better. As long as you're working within your pain-free limits, settle into whatever version of stretch your body's okay with. And try to rely on your upper body. You are reaching the floor. And allow yourself to really get passive through that lower body. And in 10 seconds, we'll gently get active by attempting to reverse the stretch through that inner thigh, by attempting to squeeze those feet closer together. And let's go ahead, starting with nice easy tension, slowly ramping that tension up as we go. Let's give it a good squeeze through that inner thigh. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Squeeze through the outer thighs, the glutes. Try to pull those feet further apart. Getting a little more aggressive as we go. Finishing with a big squeeze. Really pull. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Nice and passive. Again, run through your mental checklist. Any muscle that's fighting this position, preventing you from getting further, just breathe it out. Challenge yourself to get more passive as we go. Let's take one more deep breath here. We'll slowly sigh out that breath. We'll move to some hip counter rotation. Let's get into a reverse tabletop. Knees and hips bent at 90 degrees. Place one hand on either side of your opposing knees. And you're going to push into those knees, resist with your hips, trying to rotate your hips in opposite directions. I'll switch back and forth every 3 seconds. Start every rep with a deep breath in that belly. Push into those knees and resist. Keep switching directions. Keep ramping up that tension slightly with each rep. Activating through those glutes, through the opposite hip flexor. And let's place those fists in between your knees and just squeeze into those fists. Activate through that groin, that inner thigh, pulsing on and off. Give me a good squeeze here for this last rep. You can slowly sigh with that breath. And we'll come into a tabletop for some hip circles. So from hands and knees, start by pulling that knee in towards your chest. And then slowly and deliberately adduct that knee out to the side, continuing to move it back along its range until it's behind you. Gently pressing that heel up to the sky, and then starting again from the top. And as you work your way through the minute, being a tiny bit more aggressive into each corners, trying to be sensitive to where you feel like you're stiffest, and give yourself extra tension there. Attempting to carve out new range into those limits. And for these last 10, let's really make those hips work into those corners. Give me a good squeeze to finish. Let's take a breath here. We'll slowly sigh with that breath, moving to the right side. So again, starting by pulling that right knee in towards your chest, slowly adducting it out to the side, around to the back of your body, press that heel up to the sky into that extension, and then bringing that knee back into your chest. And keep cycling through this at your own pace. Again, giving extra attention to where you feel most restricted. Generally, the harder we work, the bigger benefit we get. Challenging yourself to find new limits and even try to push through those limits. Sometimes it's helpful to give a second wind push and feel like you've hit a wall. Give a little nudge. You can sometimes get a little further. A big squeeze to finish off this last rep. And we'll sigh out that breath and call it a day. Thanks for joining us here for some 5-pillar mobility. Hope you enjoyed the routine. Hope you liked the video. If you did, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.